How Asian parents walk to school. Okay, this looks fun. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's probably one of these like extremely overblown videos.
See, back in my day, every Tuesday, pack of wolves waiting for us. One of them was named Bob. Bob was the fastest, and one time Bob called one of our friends.
Isn't Bob like an English name?
We had to let him go. That's why I do karate.
I think Bob is an English name though.
I learned that from my online karate class. First week, gold belt. I know it wasn't even invented yet. Power,
Okay.
don't matter when you have technique. Back in my day, when I went to school, I had to walk 20 miles uphill, both ways in a blizzard, carrying a bag of rocks. Why? You're from Shenzhen. We also got chased by lions.
I never really understood this because like even my own parents do this a lot to me because like I don't know, like TLDR, they just want to say that they had a more hard time when they were young and when they were kids. That's why they expect you to be better. But sometimes I feel like the weight of their expectations sometimes too heavy to be placed upon, you know, the shoulders of a child, like a literal child.
Back in my day, didn't have internet, so if you wanted to learn physics, you had to find Newton and ask him yourself. Also, in my day, chemistry so much simpler.
Goddamn.
Elemental chart have 4 elements: water, earth, fire, and air. All was in harmony until the Fire Nation attacked.
What?
Okay, that's not the wolf. Math not the same as before. See, kids nowadays will never know the struggle of Timmy having to buy 52 watermelons. Susan on a train traveling north at 50 miles an hour. Calculate the mass of the sun. If Ray make $280,000 a year, why he's still single? If A squared plus B squared equal minus B plus or minus square root of LOL at gmail.com/smack that subscribe button. What time is it? English.
God damn it! I feel like are we gonna be like that in the future too? Like once we have our own kids, will we start talking about how crazy our childhood and our younger years was? Because one of the things that I am planning to pull off is that basically, you know, when I have kids in the future, if I ever do have kids, is that I'm gonna tell my kids that, you know, I lived in the days or in the times where COVID came out and it basically rummaged the world into dust. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make it sound like it was so outlandish and sound like an apocalyptic situation. That's probably what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know. Would you guys like do the same though?
Easy. Back in my day, I had to write on a typewriter with half the letters missing. Try write a essay without A. Nowadays, you kids have it so easy.
No.
You watch YouTube video on your iPad. Chinese kids made your iPad and the video. Ages ago, we had this thing called
that would be fun if
pencil.
he was the one who actually made
Always
it.
broke because we were too cheap to afford the go-ons. Pencil were fidget spinners that took skill. I had this trick where I spin it across my thumb, but most of the time it would fly across the room. With the pencil, come the rubber. American called this eraser. Had a very important function. To be stabbed by the pencil. Nowadays, kids, all you have to do, go on your laptop, go on Zoom. You can pass without even wearing pants.
Yeah, that's it. I kind
Kids nowadays.
I kind of do agree with that though, because in the future, like I feel like AI is gonna be more integrated into schools. Like I genuinely feel like in the future you won't need libraries anymore. You don't need that library card. You don't need to do research anymore. Like I genuinely feel like in the far off future, like there will be AI sites or AI bots that you'd be using that school governments will be approving too. Like basically, instead of like going to your thesis, right? Or your research or your report, right? Instead of reading books or searching it on Google, I don't think that's going to be the future anymore. Like, I feel like the future is going to be like just asking an AI chatbot, and then the AI chatbot will compile you several like informations or infographics about it. And you will probably just read that and copy paste that stuff. That's what I think the future is. I mean, that's what's happening with grad school now, with PhD and doctorates, with PhD and masterals. So I feel like this is going to be the future of learning. And not only that, I feel like an additional change with learning that we do not have accessibility to is probably going to be focusing more on like, what do you call that? It's like more on like VR, like not really VR chat. Like it's like more on virtual learning. It's like from stay at home learning or that kind of stuff. Like I feel like there is going to be a lot of difference in the future, especially with how technology is evolving. You know, we could start talking to our children, like back in the days, like, back in the days we actually had to go to school, we actually had to go to libraries, and we had to fight a lion when we go to those libraries.
Remember, we used to get detention for drawing S's on our books. What's detention? Detention's when you get sent to the gulag. Detention is when you get sent to the shadow realm. Detention.
Cybernetics is gonna be way onwards though. It's gonna be way onwards into the future.
They canceled that at school because Justin identifies as a pigeon and got offended.
What? For the record, okay, that whole gender politics is just a Western thing, just a Western thing. You're not gonna see that here in Asia. But anyway, like, I genuinely feel like this is gonna be us in the future, though. Like, how our parents like did that to us before, to us now, it's gonna be us and what we're doing to the next generation. If your parents would say something like, "Oh, I had to trudge basically like 2 mountains to get to school on a daily basis," right? You will probably say something to your kid like, "Oh, I had to commute, ride a train, ride a bus, or ride a jeepney to get to school," and you'll probably start like giving more details on like how shitty the bus was, how shitty the people was, etc., etc. Because in the future, it's most likely going to be like, I don't know, virtual classes. Like, I think that's gonna be the future of it, man. I think the whole thing about Asian culture when it comes to like, parent and child relationship is that whatever the grandfather does, the parent copies because it works. And then what the parent does, it does to their children. And what the children sees from the parents, they do that to their own children too. It's just like an endless cycle of doing this entire thing where like whatever works. But then again, you can also argue that, because of globalization and how the world is starting to get modernized, that we ourselves are having like more Western centric views on like raising children and stuff. So I don't really know. But anyway, if you guys gonna ask me, just don't have kids, okay? Don't have kids. Kids are way too expensive. They're basically poop machines. They're gonna stab you in the back. They're gonna come home when they're 16 years old pregnant. Don't have kids, boys. Don't have kids. Anyway, great video. Let's move on to the next one.